there's no evidence of that facts don't support. For instance, what you just heard. Where were people rioting in California this weekend?
What I heard him say, maybe I don't know specifically what you're referring to, is the fact that we have these people coming up. Now they've come to Mexico, this caravan, as he calls them, these people, this mob of folks that is coming to the border and trying to use our own tolerance and decency as an American people against us by rushing the border and trying to get in a way that's not legal. And I think that's inappropriate.
Hold on a second, Matt. Hold on a second. The president, you just heard him say, he said that people are so upset about it in California, they're rioting. A lot of people are rioting this weekend. Again, I mean, Matt, my point is this didn't happen. There's no evidence of that. And so as we approach the midterms, it would be helpful for the president of the United States to use facts. And when he doesn't, we have to fact check him. He's wrong about a lot of stuff with the caravan. He's wrong about immigration.
I don't think that's right.
So
no, I think this is, let's talk about these questions about immigration. Actually, Donald Trump has proven to be durably correct that our immigration system is completely broken if, you know, we talk about dreamers all the time, which he wants to find a legal way for them to stay. But if you come to the border today with a child, it doesn't even have to be your own child, you will get entrance into our country. You will jump the line from people who are waiting, immigrants in this country who have family members waiting in line.
And will you get, just to fact check it, will you get a luxury car?
What'd you say?
Will you get a luxury car given to you?
You get all kinds of, what the Democrats want to do in every one of these things is give them.
Will you get a luxury car?
You get Obamacare, you get a telephone, you get all kinds of things. I don't know about a car. I haven't heard about a car, but I mean, you get all kinds of programs.
You don't get a Rolls Royce. You don't get a luxury car. George Soros doesn't meet you at the border handing out millions of dollars.
I don't know
of this stuff, Matt.
Who's paying for the caravan? Allison, who's paying for the caravan? I don't to know.
Matt.
I think you should put a reporter on it. Who's paying for it?
Oh, we have a reporter on it. Let me answer your question.
You think this is
you asked me a question. Let me answer it.
Yes,
we have journalists along the way.
Sure.
This is not, no one is paying for the caravan. Poor people are marching 2,700 miles, Matt. And guess what? There's video, actually, of people being handed bills. And you probably think that they're being handed, I don't know, $100 bills, handed thousands of dollars. It's a 25-cent food voucher for the women and children in the line. That's the video that people have paid a lot of attention to.
Nobody in their right mind thinks that 4,000 or 5,000 people spontaneously got together, met on a corner in Guatemala, and decided to take this long trip as you just described. This is a very harrowing trip.
Yes,
it takes huge logistical support.
That they are motivated because of the conditions in their country.
I think what I think is wonderful about them is they know America is a better place to live, and I think it's a better place to live as well. One of the reasons it's a better place to live is that we are a nation of laws, and you have to follow the law. And unfortunately, because of liberal judges and other people that intercede, including George Soros, we have too much chaos at our southern border. Look, the American people look at Donald Trump, whether they like him or don't like him, and on this question of immigration, Allison, it's one of the reasons why his numbers are improving, because it seems like we have a chaotic system that needs to end.
It does seem like it, Matt, but that's the problem. The facts don't support it, Matt.
No, you're wrong. If you say that,
Matt, this isn't our southern border. They're not at our southern border. They're at Mexico's
coming to our southern border, and this is not the first one, and you know that. You know that.
Let's talk about that, Matt.
Sure.
Because remember the last caravan that got so much attention. You know how many people from that caravan were granted asylum at our border?
I assume you're going to tell me.
I am. 3 people. We have rules, Matt. We have rules.
How many people?
Can't, no, let me answer this, Matt. People can come here and they can apply for asylum. That's legal.
Now let me go. Now let me go.
And guess what?
How many
we vet them, and 3 people.
Now let me go.
Asylum.
How many thousands of people a month are allowed to get asylum in this country because they show up with a child or someone else's child?
The vetting is more complicated than that.
Let me give you a number. About 50,000.
No,
and this is the problem we have.
50,000 people a month are not granted asylum here. No.
Okay, how many thousand? You tell me. How many thousand a month?
From the last caravan.
No, you're wrong. Let's
just
do
stick
this.
with that.
Why don't we get this? Why don't we do this? I think this would be the best thing. Is that if I come on and we're going to talk about this subject, let's get the numbers from the Department of Homeland Security. Every month they put them out. And maybe my number's wrong because I didn't look it up because I didn't expect this to be where we were going this morning, but I'm happy to look it up. It's easily Googleable. It's not 3 a month, Allison. And the fact is
telling
that
you from the
the
last
children
caravan.
who come
That
to
is
this,
from the Department of Homeland Security.
when you come to this southern border, if you grab a child, any child, and come to the border, guess what? You have a large chance of getting legal status to stay in this country.
You just don't automatically. You know, I mean, have more faith in what our folks, our Americans are at the border are doing.
I have great faith.
They don't just blindly give you asylum. There's a huge vetting process.
They're trying.
And you know that. But Matt, I think that the point of all this.
Talk?
No,
okay.
Because I think that the larger issue here is the fear mongering. The fear mongering.
Is that on what?
The fear mongering.
There's no fear-mongering.
Yes, Matt.
Is there 4,000 people trying to come to our country illegally or not, Allison? Is that fear-mongering? Is that true?
I don't know. They're 2,500 miles away. I don't think 4,000 people are going to make it. You know the attrition that happens as they walk across Mexico because they're desperate. They're not at our border. They're at Mexico's southern border.
You think they're trying to get to our border or not? I think they are. They say they are.
And maybe,
I don't think they're lying.
I don't know that they're going to be able to make it, Matt. And by the way, when they do make it, we have laws. And we vet people. And so the fear-mongering
so what you're saying
that something is happening in another country, that there are marauding bands of people coming to our country, it's just not a fact.
It is a fact. And the truth is this. When we're going to talk about immigration, let's make sure that we have, you say I'm lying and that the president is lying. You say that you can't come in this country through the southern border in any way that other than the legal way. And I'm telling you is that what happens is that you get in through the southern border, you get temporary status, and if you don't report to your first hearing, you're in this country for as long as you want to be. We have a porous border, and that's why the American people are upset. Look, I think people in America are very tolerant when it comes to immigration, but they are not tolerant with the idea that people are using our system against us, and that's what's happening.
Matt,
it's not
I understand.
three people.
Let me just ask
say
you a
that
question.
only three people have gotten status, that only 3 people have gotten legal status since the last caravan. That is flatly untrue.
I didn't say that, Matt. Not from the last. Not since the
you
last
said
caravan.
3 people.
The last caravan. That's
right.
how many from the last caravan.
How many come a month? How many come a day?
Matt.
This is happening every day at the border, Allison, every day.
But we have a process. This is a legal process.
We have a broken process.
You can come to the United States and seek asylum. That's legal. In fact, there used to be a time that we opened our arms to people who wanted to come.
We still do.
But Matt,
we still do.
Hold on one second, Matt. You keep framing them as these sort of opportunists who are trying to take advantage of our system. Do you have any sympathy?
They want to be in America.
For the conditions in their country.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, come on. My last name is Schlapp, Allison. Where the heck do you think I come from? I mean, all kinds of people throughout generations want to be Americans. It's one of the things I love about my country. And we're the most tolerant country on the face of the earth when it comes to accepting immigrants. We are still that way. What we cannot do is allow people to come here in a way where they get temporary protective status that allows them to stay in the country forever. Millions of people in this country. We have millions of people who have come to this country this way. Allison, it's the wrong way to come. The right way to come is the legal system.
You're lumping everything into one. You know that there's a process for asylum seekers, and you know that's legal.
I do.
And so there we are.
And Allison, answer me this question. When you get your temporary status in this country, what are the consequences if you don't go to your hearing and go back to report about your status? What happens?
Matt, you know what? Because my producers are yelling at me.
Because I'm not yelling.
I know what you're talking about, which is catch and release. That's what I believe you're referring to. And I believe that lots of people think that there is a problem with catch and release and that that's what they're trying to fix. But drumming up fear right now.
It's not fear, it's
that
true.
There are
it's true.
thousands of marauding people who
There are thousands. There are 5,000, 4,000.
At the southern border of Mexico. And by the time, you know the attrition that happens, by the time they get here, it won't be. And then they're going to follow a legal process of seeking asylum.
Allison,
and
you agree. You and I agree.
They
shouldn't be able to come into our country. It sounds like you and I agree. Let's shake hands on it. I agree. They should follow the law, and you're saying that they're not going to be able to get here.
Everybody agrees that people should follow the law. But listen, I like what you're saying. You and I will find out the exact number.
Please, because I know I didn't use the right number because I didn't look at it before I went on the air.
Got it.
Let's look at it.
Let's be fact-based.
Every month, people come into this country in this way that allows them to come temporarily. They overstay.
I like your adherence to facts.
Okay.
And when you come on later this week, we will both be armed with the same facts.
And I might be wrong, because you know what, Allison? I'm wrong a lot. But it doesn't mean I'm lying. And the president's wrong sometimes. It doesn't mean he's lying. Actually, when it comes to this question of immigration,
the president isn't even trying.
He's been more right than any politician we've seen recently. The president isn't even trying to use facts.
And by the way, we have still not gotten the answer on where all that rioting in California was this weekend, but we'll